Students, welcome you all on the behalf of RahulAnand0P. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually the RahulAnand0P. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are often being asked in terms of your need, often the aims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book? So these are belonging from the here mean the strategies and enhancement in the food products. So here we are going to study about the animal husbandry. Let's understand about this means what are actually the animal husbandry. So the branch of science in which we deal about what? The branch of science in which we deal about the rearing, feeding, as well as the breeding, as well as what? As well as the disease-free and the domesticated animals, as well as for what? For actually the human benefits as well as the profit. So this will be coming under what case? This will be coming under the animal husbandry case. Often, when we are talking about the best example with reference to this, so this will be actually what? So this will be the cow, then the hens, then the chickens, often the camels, as well as what? The goats, etc. So you could often find here on the board here. Now, let's understand about this means what? Actually the beekeeping, means what? The apiculture. So the management as well as care of what? So the management as well as the care of the honeybees for what? For the production of the honey. In term by what? By the honeybees. For what? For actually the consumption in term of the human beings. So it will be coming in the what case? Thus, in this case, what will be happening? Thus, in this case, the bees will be reared as well as cultured. In term of what? In term of the artificial movable hives as well as the artificial movable box. Now, let's understand about these means what? The apices. So when we are talking about the apices, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? Such as these are having the diameter of in the size of what? Of around 46 into 33 centimeter. Fine. Now, so let's proceed with reference to the second one. When we are talking about the apices, so these will be having what? So these will be having the here, in the sliding in term of the top. Often we will be having what? The platform on which the actually our bees will lie, as well as there will be the particular outlet playing important role for what? Playing important role for the entrance as well as the existence of the bees. Now, when we are talking about the case of what? The apices. So apices are what? So apices are the artificial hive or either the artificial movable box in which our bees will be lying down. Now, so when we are talking about these means the bees, so these are actually of how many types? So this will be of what? Tell me. So this will be of the worker bees. Then what? Then the drone bees. Then what? Then we are often having the queen bees. So queen, you already know what's the role. So it will be actually the ruler. Now, so in the second we will be having what? The drones as well as these means what? The worker bees. So the role of the drones bees are quite with what? In terms of the security role. So we are often having the security guard in terms of our kingdom. In terms of the previous era in which there was the rules of the king. So you know about that very well. So what are actually the roles of the security? So here drones role will be what? So these are quite directly proportional for the roles of the security. And the queen you very clear about that. In the third we will be having the worker bees. So the role of the worker bees will be what? Playing important role to secrete, tell me, to secrete the honey as well as what? As well as the waxes. So you know about the waxes very well, drones. So the role of the drones you very clearly know about that. So particularly in terms of our human life, often we are having the drones. Remember, playing important role to safeguard our nation or either safeguard our territory. Likewise, that in that condition of the drones role will be quite similar. Likewise, playing important role as well as directly proportional for what? Providing the security to the kingdom. And here kingdom of what? The kingdom of our queen. And here queen is what? The bees. Now, secondly, you will be having the here queen playing important role as like the ruler. In the third, we are having the worker bees. So the role of the worker bees will be actually what? Playing important role. Tell me, playing important role to secrete the honey as well as what? The wax. So waxes role you very clearly know about that as well as the honey. Now, so when we are talking about these bees, what are actually the here? With the different types of the species of what? Of the queen. So actually, when we are talking about these bees, what are actually the bees? So the bees are what? So these are the colonial as well as the colonial species playing important role as well as present in terms of what? Playing important role as well as present in the public or either the groups. Thus these are known as what? The colonial species. Fine. So you know about the role of the species very clearly. What are actually the species? So the organism or either the ancestor which could produce the similar kind of the offspring. resembling the characteristics of what? Resembling the characteristics as well as the features as like their parents. So it will be coming under what case? So it will be coming under the species case. So now, when we are talking about the different types of the species in terms of the here, mean the bees. So we will be having the different types of the species. Now let's understand about the different types of the species. So we'll be having the 4 different types of the broad categories of the species. So these are actually what? So these are, tell me. So these are the Apis dorsata, Apis indica, Apis florea, then the Apis mellifluorea. Now, so what are actually the Apis dorsata? So these are generally found in terms of what region? Tell me. So these will be found in terms of the rock region. Now, so in the second you are having the Apis indica, very clear. So this will be found here. So this will be found in terms of the India region. In the third we are having what? In the third we are having the Apis florea, directly proportional for the little bees. Fine. In the fourth we will be having the Apis magnifera. So this will be found where? So this will be found in terms of the European region. Now let's understand about what are actually the role in terms of the honey. So these are actually what? So these are known as the natural blood purifier, often known as what? Often known as the natural serum, of course. In the third, playing important role to treat what? To treat the joint symptoms as well as the joint ache-like symptoms. Playing important role to treat what? The arthritis-like symptoms. Often useful in terms of what? Often useful in terms of the snake bite-like condition. So we have understood about what are actually the aphids. So these are what? So these are the artificial movable hives as well as the artificial movable box. Now, so when we talk about how these bees as well as the honeys are generally being collected, as well as restricting from what? Restricting from the 3 of them, means the worker bees, the queen bees, then the drone bees. So these are literally being what? These are literally being smoked in terms of what? Producing the anesthesia-like symptom. Playing important role for what? Playing important role to make these honey bees as well as the worker bees, as well as the drone bees quite a bit senseless. Directly proportional for what? Playing important role to restrict as well as collect the honey of it. When we are talking about the case of the structural demonstration of the aphids, so this will be having the 2 outlets in terms of its leg point size, playing important role for what? So these legs are actually playing important role to restrict from what? The ends. So ends are generally the biggest enemy when we are comparing the case in terms of our bees, means the honeybees. So their houses in terms of the artificial hive as well as what? The artificial movable boxes are literally being made safe in terms from what? In terms from the ends, which are ends. So ends are generally belonging from which of the phylum? So these are belonging from the arthropoda phylum, means what? The jointed legs structure. So the animals which will be having the jointed legs coming under from the arthropoda family. And to prevent from that, means the ends, your artificial movable boxes as well as what? The hives are literally being made in terms from what? In terms having the legs. Now let's understand about these bees, the honeybees constituent as well as what are actually the percentage in terms of its components. So we'll be having the certain parts in it, such as what? Such as the water, then the surcoat. Often we'll be having the fructose. So the ratio with reference to these means the water will be how much? So it will be 17 in nature, find here. Now, so after that you will be having what? So after that you will be having the fructose. The ratio with reference to these as well as the percentage will be how much? So it will be 38. In the third we will be having the surcoat. Fine. Ratio in terms of the as well as the percentage will be 32. That you will be having what? Acid in terms of what? In terms of the 0.17%. Then we will be having the ACE, find here. In terms of what? In terms of the 0.60. Thus, after that we will be having the enzymes as well as the vitamins, often the colors, in terms of what ratio? In terms of the 0.92%. So, in the last you will be having the simpler sugar. So, it will be in what? Of the ratio as well as the percentage in terms of the 9% overall the 100%. So, this is somewhat the composition as well as the constituent when we are comparing the case as well as the composition by which our honey are generally being made of. As well as when we are particularly consuming this kind of the honey, the most important thing you have to remember, so these are particularly belonging from the same species. So suppose that you are having the Apis indica, you are restricting the honey. So the Apis indica quantity as well as the quality should be maintained. It should not be mismanaged with reference to the here, mean the magnifera or either the dorsata, mean the Apis dorsata. Why is it so? Otherwise we will be having the allergic like symptoms. Fine. So this is somewhat the condition when we are talking about these. It's what are actually the apiculture. Often the honeybees case. Often what are actually the animal husbandry. Fine. So these are literally belonging from what case as well as the chapters. So these are belonging from the here, mean the food production and enhancement. Now, so I thought you have got the concept. So if you like the work with reference to the education, open the lectures as well as the videos. So you could often subscribe, like as well as comment below in the text. Thus, I will be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you. With reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorials. So very thank you.